Futures. This is Heaven's Basement.
We're the Madigans.
Hi, we're Don Broco.
Hey, I'm Ian Faulkner.
My name's Mike Marlin. You're watching Life is Music TV.
Who first inspired you to pick up your instrument and play?
Oh, well, back in the day, I used to go to bands like late 70s, I'm ridiculously old. It was bands like the Stranglers when they were first starting, the Police, who used to be an amazing band back in the day, the Jam, Elvis Costello, a long list. So that first inspired me to try to learn the guitar. Yeah, sure.
And you just released your new album last month. Tell a bit about your album first.
Well, the new album's called Grand Reveal. It's my third album, but it's the first one where I produced it with Jared, who's my drummer. So just the two of us. So in a way, it felt like my first album because it was the first time I felt really in control of everything I was doing. And it came out a month ago, and so far, so good. When you're making an album, you always think it's great, and then after it's finished, you wonder. But so far, fingers crossed. It's going well.
How does the sound in the new album compare to your previous two albums?
Well, this new album is more relaxed, I think, and more. It's more open. It communicates more. My previous album, Man on the Ground, I'm very, very proud of, but it really was introspective. I was really writing and singing songs for myself rather than for other people. So Grand Reveal, I've sort of taken a decision to step out and be a little bit more, aggressive maybe. Yeah.
So when you're writing your music, what's the writing process like? The lyrics and the music coming together?
For me, a song is about one little moment, a little lyric or the way a melody falls across a chord shape. So for me, songwriting is when you find those little moments. I immediately record it just on my phone, wherever I am, and then the challenge is can I come up with the song that takes you to that moment, that takes you away from it. So songs for me are about little moments, and those are the things that come to me. And then I try not to lose. Yeah.
What is one good thing about being a touring musician?
Obviously one of the good things about being a touring musician is you get to stay in premier inns all over the country and eat in motorway service stations, which I find endlessly luxurious and charming. Yeah.
You've actually been making music for quite a long time, but you never released any of it. Was there a reason behind not releasing that music and then just deciding I'm going to put an album out?
So why didn't I release any of the songs I wrote over sort of 25 years when I was working? Mainly because they were shit, actually. No, I mean, genuinely hard. No one believes me, honestly they don't. They don't believe me, it's true. I never imagined I would become a musician. Ever. And I certainly didn't think I would end up as a musician when I was in my 50s. So I wrote songs that were purely a hobby, and this to me is an extraordinary series of happy accidents. So, I'm amazed. I'm more amazed than my family is, let's put that way.
When you're on tour, do you ever just kind of get overwhelmed with people that come up to you and tell you how much they love your music and such? Is it ever is it like a kind of strange feeling going from just kind of,
Well, one of the biggest changes becoming a musician is that what you do is immediately you're playing the songs to an audience and getting immediate feedback. It could be good or it could be bad. But that to me is one of the great joys of doing this. I used to view what I did before, which was programming computers, as very creative. But there wasn't an audience. When people use software and they don't ring you up and say, hey, that was a pretty cool piece of software. They don't even know who you are. So. And actually, I would encourage anyone who enjoys a book or a song, I would encourage anyone who hears a song they love, or read a book you love, or see a painting that you love, always try to get in contact with whoever wrote it or painted it or wrote the song and tell them, because it makes a huge difference to get positive feedback. It's affirming, and it's more important than someone actually buying it, someone telling you that they love it. Is really very affirming and positive. Yeah, it's great.
Who are some of your favourite musicians?
Well, favourites from back in the day, and so songwriters, so David Bowie, his early albums and songs, Mark Knopfler, Straits, Coldplay, great songs, U2, great songs. So I'm really into songwriters, Paul Simon. So I love a well-written song, but I also love a really great band. So the Killers or so I love great rock and roll bands too. And back in the day, people like the Jam, amazing bands, Stranglers, fantastic. So I think that's important too. Is that a good answer?
Yeah. When it comes to like making music and being a musician, what is the best piece of advice you've been given by anyone?
First of all, that's a very good question. The advice I give any musician is you probably won't be successful.
So what's that? Where can people find you and your music? Yeah. Where can they get in contact?
Well, one of the great things about my name being Mike Marlin is there aren't any other Mike Marlins in the world. So if you type Mike Marlin into Google, the first 28 pages, sadly, are me. So that's the easiest way to find me. But you'll find me on Facebook and on Twitter, and particularly actually on YouTube. So you can find me on YouTube. Because I think there are about 60 videos up. I love film, and I edit my own film. So that's where you'll find me.
That's great. Thanks a lot.
Okay. No. Come on, you're missing the gig. Move on.
Are you taking a photograph?
If any of that is good, that's an absolute classic.
The two that were like, and you're just like, like really so
Who's that?
That's quite good.
Anyway,